What it takes to be a surgeon. I get asked by a lot of medical students whether they can make the cut to be a surgeon, or whether they have the qualities or characteristics required to be a surgeon. Well, I've been an orthopedic surgeon for over 15 years and been involved in orthopedics for over 25 years, and I think it's a great job. I mean, what other job is there where someone puts so much trust in you? They lie down unconscious in front of you and allow you to cut into them. Well, perhaps an airline pilot has a great deal of trust, but there's not many such jobs. Now, selection committees for hospitals and specialty surgical programs, they have lists of parameters which they apply in selecting candidates. Traditionally, it's said that a surgeon has to have the mind of Asclepius, be smart, the eyes of an eagle, be sharp, the hands of a woman, that is manual dexterity, and the heart of a lion, be determined. Well, here are the following parameters which I think are important. First of all, you have to be reliable. The operation starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. You've got to be there at least 15 or 30 minutes earlier. There's a lot of people depend upon you. You have to be a reliable person. A lot of organisation. The patient has to organise a lot of things. The anaesthetist, the theatre staff, the equipment that has to be organised. You might be surprised to hear that some doctors are lazy and unreliable. Well, if that's you, I'm sorry, surgery, in my opinion, is not for you. The next thing is you have to be able to work long hours and under a lot of pressure at times. You know, in the operating room, sometimes things go wrong despite all the organisation and your preparation, and everybody looks at you. It suddenly becomes a one-man or one-woman show. So you have to be able to take this pressure and enjoy it. Often you have to work into the evening, throughout the night, weekends, and although there's a lot of talk about reducing the hours of surgery to 30 or 40 hours a week, I think this is a long way off in most parts of the world where there's great shortages of surgeons and a lot of work to be done. So you have to be able to take this pressure and perform. The next thing is you have to be intelligent. Well, you don't have to be super smart. You know, this myth that a neurosurgeon or brain surgeon is super intelligent. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of orthopedic surgeons smarter than brain surgeons. As long as you can pass medical school, you're smart enough. The only thing is that governments and insurance companies, they don't place much value on thinking. They tend to reward what we call the high-tech end of town, doing operations or procedures. And they tend to be the high-income end of medicine. So there you attract a lot of alpha males, hard-working, prepared to sacrifice. Down the other end of town, what we call the low-tech, you have the thinking specialties, pediatrics, neurology, and their incomes tend to be lower. So you'll find yourself competing with these alpha males, you know, in specialties such as orthopedics, eye surgery, plastic surgery, which are very popular. So you have to think about that. The next thing is gender. Well, I must say, 2009, I'm surprised we're talking this gender as an issue. I mean, lady medical students still ask me, can I be a surgeon? Well, of course you can. Women make better surgeons than men. They have much better manual dexterity. They're certainly smarter and they're certainly dedicated. But remember this, there's sacrifice. So there's going to be a big price you're going to pay in your personal life. A lot of hours away from your spouse, your family, and that will take its toll. You know, it's not unusual for surgeons to end up divorced. So remember, there will be a sacrifice. And I want you to make sure you're not just going into surgery to impress the headmistress, the private school you went to, or just to impress your parents. Make sure you do it for the right reason. That is, you can't live without doing it, and you really want to do it. The last thing, and again you might be surprised, this is the last thing on the list, manual dexterity, the use of your hands. Yes, surgery is to do with the use of your hands, applying your brain through your hands. But you can learn manual dexterity, something a determined and committed individual can learn. You know, we always joke that orthopaedic surgeons hang around hardware stores rather than going to the opera, and also gain a lot of the skills from building a yacht or putting an extension onto the house. A lot of that's actually true. You can learn manual dexterity. So I hope this information has been useful to you as a guide in determining whether you want to be a surgeon. You know, it's a really great job, but there is a lot of sacrifice, a lot of long hours of work, and actually a lot of exams to pass. So thanks for your interest and good luck in your career.